Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Hello.
Today, we're jumping into a source text that, honestly, shaped a generation's thinking about reality itself.
The Matrix.
The opening of the Matrix specifically. We're going to trace that boundary between what's real and what's simulation by following Neo's journey step by step.
Yeah, our mission here is to really dig into the complete transformation of Thomas Anderson, the corporate programmer, into Neo.
The potential rebel leader.
Exactly, and we're going to focus on those moments where the illusion first starts to crack.
The clues, the glitches, and that painful process of waking up. So let's just get right into it. Let's start with the man himself, Thomas A. Anderson.
Or I guess the two men.
Right, because that duality is just fascinating. On the surface, he's completely normal.
Oh, totally. Thomas Anderson is a respectable program writer for a big software company. He's a cog in the machine. He even worries about being late for work.
But then at night, Thomas Anderson just persists. He disappears. And Neo comes out.
And Neo is something else entirely. He's this legendary hacker, a digital outlaw. The system sees him as someone guilty of virtually every computer crime we have a law for.
And that split between the corporate drone and the digital rebel, it's all driven by this one feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, that splinter in his mind. It's not just that he's curious. He feels on a fundamental level that something is wrong with the world, a structural flaw.
Which is what leads him to Trinity.
His first real human-ish connection in this search. And it's funny, he thought this notorious IRS DBase cracker was a guy.
Which just shows how limited his view was, even inside that hacker world.
And Trinity, she just flips the whole thing on its head immediately. She tells him he's not really looking for a person, for Morpheus. He's looking for an answer.
An answer driven by the question.
What is the Matrix?
That's it. That's the start of the whole revolution right there in that one question.
Yeah.
And then she confirms his absolute worst fear.
That they're watching him. The agents.
And then comes that first little instruction, that first test of faith, really. Follow the white rabbit.
It's completely irrational. It's a demand that he step outside of logic, and the system, it notices. The agents show up almost immediately.
That confrontation with Agent Smith, it's not just an arrest, it's an interrogation designed to just crush his will.
Smith is so chillingly calm when he lays out the two lives, Anderson versus Neo. He basically offers him a deal.
A clean slate.
Right.
Just go back to being a good little cog in the machine and help us stop this known terrorist, Morpheus.
But the real show of force, the thing that just turns your stomach, is when Neo tries to get his phone call.
And Smith just takes away his ability to speak.
That line, what good is a phone call if you're unable to speak? I mean, that's not just intimidation.
No.
It's the system demonstrating that it can literally reach into your biology and flip a switch. It can override his own body.
And it confirms that feeling Neo's had all along, that nagging doubt. You ever had that feeling where you're not sure if you're awake or still dreaming?
He wasn't being paranoid. He was sensing the conflict, the system working overtime to keep the truth hidden.
And Morpheus sees that doubt on his face the second they meet.
Oh, absolutely. He nails it right away. He says, "You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he's expecting to wake up."
As if waking up is just this easy, passive thing that will happen to him.
Which is the ultimate safety feature of the Matrix. Keep them dreaming that they'll just wake up on their own.
And that brings us to, maybe one of the most iconic scenes in film history. The red pill choice.
It's pure philosophy, but it's delivered like a drug deal. The blue pill.
The story ends. You wake up in your bed, you believe whatever you want to believe, you go back to the comforting lie.
Or the red pill. You stay in Wonderland and you see how deep the rabbit hole goes.
And Morpheus is so clear about what he's offering. It's not power. It's not happiness.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. It's an explicit trade. You're giving up your comfort for a very uncomfortable reality.
So, if truth is what he's buying, what does that truth actually look like? What is the Matrix?
Morpheus starts simple. He calls it a computer-generated dream world. But then he gets to the heart of it.
It's a prison for your mind.
That word prison is everything because it's not just an illusion, it's engineered control. And then we get the history lesson, the war with AI.
Where humans thought they could win by scorching the sky, by cutting the machines off from solar power.
A huge miscalculation because the machines denied the sun, just pivoted. They found a new power source.
Humanity. Not for our brains, not for processing power, for our heat. for our bioelectricity.
And the source material gives you the cold, hard numbers. A human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery.
And over 25,000 BTUs of body heat.
So we're not slaves in a traditional sense. We're a crop. It's a global energy farm.
It's the ultimate dehumanization. And Morpheus sums it all up in one word. The Matrix is control.
And Neo experiences the shock of that control firsthand when he finally awakens.
Yeah, that scene is just pure horror. He's ripped out of this simulation of 1999 and wakes up in, closer to 2199?
In a giant, horrifying field of human pods where the dead are liquefied and fed to the living.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
His body is atrophied, he's weak, he can't see properly, the real world is painful, so his training has to begin somewhere else.
Inside the construct, it's a loading program, basically a blank white space where they can load anything they need.
Weapons, training simulations, anything. And when Neo looks at himself, he looks like his old self.
Which is where we get the idea of the residual self-image. It's his mental projection of his digital self.
So it's how he thinks he should look, not how his real weak body actually looks.
Exactly. And that sets up the most critical lesson of all.
The rules of the Matrix, like gravity, they're just like the rules of a computer system.
And some rules can be bent, others can be broken.
The potential for that is it's mind-blowing. He downloads jujitsu into his brain in seconds.
And his reaction is just perfect. Holy shit!
It proves that the limits we think are physical are actually mental, at least in this place.
And Morpheus drills that point home during their kung fu sparring match. He asks him, do you think your speed or your strength has anything to do with your muscles in this place?
The answer is, of course, no. It's all in his head.
Which leads to a really dangerous conclusion. The mind makes it real. If you believe you're weak, you are. If you believe you can't make a jump,
You fall. Which is exactly what happens in the jump test. He gets halfway across, his doubt kicks in, and he just plummets.
And that's where Morpheus delivers maybe the scariest line in the whole film. Your mind makes it real. If you're killed in the Matrix, you die here.
He hasn't freed his mind yet. Not really.
So once he starts to grasp that, the next lesson is about the enemy, the agents.
They're not just cops. They're sentient programs, gatekeepers, and anyone who's still plugged in, anyone who isn't part of their crew.
Is potentially an agent, part of the system.
Morpheus is blunt. Everyone who has ever stood and fought an agent has died.
But he gives Neo that sliver of hope. He tells him the agent's power is still based in a world that is built on rules.
And Neo has the potential to operate outside of those rules.
And sometimes the system even shows its own cracks.
The glitch, the deja vu, the black cat.
He sees the same black cat walk by twice, and Trinity knows immediately what it means.
A deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
They change something, they know where they are, they've sealed the exits, they're trapped.
And that chaos, that trap, it leads directly to the most painful part of this journey, I think. The temptation to just give up.
Embodied by Cypher.
Cypher represents the exhaustion of living the truth. 9 years of fighting, of eating that slop. It was too much for him.
He makes a deal with Agent Smith.
Hmm.
He'll betray Morpheus, but he wants to be put back in.
To be made rich, famous, an actor.
And the most important part, to remember nothing.
That scene where he's eating the steak,
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking. He says, I know this steak doesn't exist. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
It's the ultimate threat to their revolution. The idea that comfort, even fake comfort, is better than the harsh, authentic truth.
He chooses the blue pill after having already taken the red one.
He does. And he almost kills the entire crew for it. Thankfully, Tank stops him just in time.
So Morpheus is captured, and this sets up the final test for Neo, a test that's made so much more complicated by the Oracle.
Right. So Morpheus has this absolute faith in a prophecy from the Oracle that the One would return to destroy the Matrix.
He believes Neo is the one. But then Neo meets the Oracle, and she just pulls the rug out from under him.
Tells him straight up, you're not the one.
What a psychological blow.
But then she gives him the second piece of information, the real test. She tells him that Morpheus is going to sacrifice his life to save him.
Which means Neo's going to have to make a choice. His life or Morpheus's.
The prophecy becomes a burden. It's not about fate, it's about choice.
And before he makes that choice, he has that quiet moment with the young boy, the potential.
With the spoon.
That one little conversation distills the entire philosophy of the film.
Do not try to bend the spoon. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
There is no spoon.
Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself. It's about changing your own perception, not the external world.
And that internal shift is what allows him to make the impossible choice. He decides to go back for Morpheus, even though the Oracle said he wasn't the one.
He's choosing to act on his own conviction, not on a pre-written destiny. He's choosing his own path.
And it all comes to a head in that final apartment hallway scene. Agent Smith shoots him, kills him.
It seems like it's over. But Trinity is holding on to her own piece of the Oracle's prophecy.
That she would fall in love with the one.
And her belief, her love, literally rewrites the code. It brings him back. It's the ultimate example of belief creating reality inside the system.
When Neo stands up that final time, he's different. He sees the Matrix for what it is.
Not walls and bullets, but just streaming green code.
He stops the bullets in midair. He's finally broken the rules.
And Morpheus' line at the end just sums up the whole journey perfectly. He says, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path.
Neo wasn't just a student anymore. He's living proof of the philosophy.
And his final message to the machines is a declaration of that change. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin.
Wow. What a journey from a cubicle to a reality-bending revolutionary.
It's incredible.
So we'll leave you with that question Morpheus asked Neo at the very beginning, a question that feels more relevant now than ever. Do you believe in fate, Neo? Because I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my life.
Right. So after everything we've talked about choice and belief and how reality can be shaped, think about your own life. What parts feel like they're dictated by fate, and what parts are just waiting for you to bend them with your own conviction?
Keep asking the question. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.